Alright everybody, the Meta Planet stock had a massive crash to the downside. I'm going to tell you guys here what this means for treasury companies, and as well I'm going to talk here about the Bitcoin rainbow wave indicator. We are coming very close here to our time frame target, and that is going to be something not very good for Bitcoin. And as well, my $500,000 profit is still here active, still up here, $500,000 in total here on Ethereum, and about 50,000 on my Bitcoin trade. I will tell you guys here quickly what I'm going to be doing here on my Bitcoin trade, and as well my Blofin account here. I'm looking to open a new trade here as well. So we're going to dive straight into this video, guys. This is going to be an exciting video. Let's dive straight here into the Meta Planet stock. So the Meta Planet had a massive correction here to the downside. I mean, this is absolutely absurd here from the top here to the bottom, about a 70% correction. Now, as you guys actually know, I've talked about the story before. I actually met the Meta Planet CEO here back in May here of last year. I'm not going into detail exactly how it happened. I've told the story before, but anyway, the Meta Planet basically was a secondary Bitcoin treasury company. So we basically have MicroStrategy, that's like the #1 Bitcoin strategy company, and Meta Planet is actually the second one. That is currently the most biggest one. They have a bunch of Bitcoin. We saw this massive stock here, this massive surge here on Meta Planet here, and since then the stock has been moving to the downside. And even though the Bitcoin price, of course, has been holding up here quite well, and as well, you can see the Bitcoin price here is holding up quite well. MicroStrategy has held up quite well, but Meta Planet had this massive correction to the downside. Why did it happen, and what is this going to mean for these treasury companies? And is that going to be potentially something that you can leverage to make more money, to make more Bitcoin? It's kind of going to be what I'm going to be talking about. So what we can basically see here, this is the Bitcoin rainbow wave indicator. Has never been wrong before, not a single time. Throughout the history. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be 100% correct every single time in the future, but in the past, this one has never been wrong before. But what we can basically see right now is that we are coming dangerously close here to this red line. Now, the last red lines here that we had, and again, these all-time highs, they kind of line up exactly in a 4-year cycle together with the halving. They always happen here around this red line. They happen a little bit before the red line as well. Now, currently, we are a little bit before the red line, but we are nowhere near the red area right over here that was the target. Now, let's say we're going to have a bearish scenario here. Let's say, for example, that this is going to be the all-time high, and we're going to come back here to, let's say, 60K here by the summer here of next year. It's possible. It's not completely out of the ordinary. Let's say that's going to happen. What that is going to do with these treasury companies is they have accumulated right over here around these levels a massive amount of Bitcoin. They're basically going to be in a loss. And I think a lot of people were anticipating that when we actually broke it to the upside, which was probably around here this summer, I think a lot of people were anticipating that this was going to shoot up here to 200K very, very quickly. And it did actually not do that. So I think because of that, people were anticipating a higher move here, and people were kind of loading up on Meta Planet. It didn't get it. It had this move to the downside. And I think that if we are going to go here to a lower level, let's say we are going to dive back here to about 60K, these treasury companies, I mean, there's right now a lot of treasury companies, they're going to be in a big loss, and the stocks are going to absolutely dramatically crash. So let's hope that's not going to happen, because we still want to see the Bitcoin price go to 200K. And if my strategy is still going to be the case, then what I want to see is I want to see the Bitcoin price here go to about 200K. I want to see these treasury companies do really well. I want to see the price just have a clean correction back to 60K. And if that's going to be the case, then I'm going to be looking to buy these treasury companies. But what I'm also kind of feeling right now is that because the cycles are so repetitive and people are anticipating it, people are looking at 100K Bitcoin and they're like, well, I'm not going to be buying at 100K Bitcoin, because why would these people do it? Like, why would they buy at 100K Bitcoin if they know anyway there's going to be a bear market in like the next year? And that is kind of a little bit of the trouble, which I think that is going to alter the cycles a little bit. So, like, unless the government really comes out and print money, I really have no idea how the cycle's really going to play out, because there's no momentum. I don't think people are that keen to buying at 100K, and I think most people are just kind of going to be chill and just going to wait for the price to go back and, have that bear market, because people know that from the past. So that is kind of what I think is going to happen. Now, I do think in the short term it can still get a little bit spicy, and I definitely don't think we're going to see a massive correction anytime soon. I still very much believe We are going to be moving to the upside, but I still think that there is going to be some surprises here in this cycle here that has never happened before. I mean, we're coming very close here to this red line, this time slot, but we haven't had that significant kind of all-time high, that significant rally that we normally see. So in terms of the trade, I'm just going to keep holding the trade here. I mean, we're just going sideways, so there's not really that much to talk about, not much really to react to. I'm just going to wait it out. I mean, I can close my Ethereum position any single time that I really want to. So I'm just kind of waiting this out here as well, this trend. And yeah, I am looking to again open here a bigger trade here as well here on Blofin. You know, I've still like about 60k here on Blofin. I have a still Solana trade here of about 24,000 US dollar, which I completely forgot about. Whatever. I had a Solana trade open that I forgot about, but anyway, it's only 24k. I mean, this is like, you know, 600k. So last trade as well that I closed on BTCC was also like 650,000 US dollars. So anyway, 25k, completely forgot about it. But so be it. I'm going to be looking here as well to do a little bit of scalping positions here on Bitcoin and just kind of wait here because there's just not that much happen. But I think in terms of just trading here, some scalping is really not going to be a bad idea. So let's actually see what's going to happen. And of course, guys, if you do actually want to sign up here on Blofin or BTC as well here, I have here these links here in the description. If you actually sign up, deposit, and you actually DM over here your user ID on Telegram, I will actually add you here to the private VIP channel that if I am going to be opening a trade, I will post that here inside the VIP group. I will post every single one of my trades here for completely for free. So if you are interested in, just follow the steps and then send me a DM just like that. So anyway, basically moving forward here, this chart over here, we can kind of see what I'm talking about here is these Bitcoin all-time high, they have these massive rallies to the upside. I'm not seeing it yet with the current cycle. I'm just not seeing it. You know, I mean, in 2017, for example, 2021, we had these massive rallies to the upside. We went for 4K here. Back in 2021, we did about a 30x, and now we have barely done a 10x. So we went from 30x, and now we've barely done like a 10x. Like, what is this? This would be like a 6x or an 8x or something like that. Like, I still very much believe we're going to go a lot higher. At least we're going to be doing a 10x from the Bitcoin bull market, from Bitcoin bear market low, a little bit higher, maybe 12x. But again, we did we will be at 25x here in 2021, and we're seeing basically none of that. So because the funding rates are still very, very much favorable, I mean, I still think we are going to be running to the upside. Maybe we need a bit of a Kickstarter. I mean, the M2 money supply has just hit a new all-time high. Stocks has hit an all-time high. Gold has hit an all-time high. Maybe we're just going to have a Kickstarter that something different, kind of outside of Bitcoin's control, is really going to kickstart here this Bitcoin bull run. But we are going to be waiting it out. We're just going to have to kind of see. But anyway, in terms of these strategies, like if we do come down, I mean, there's going to be volatility and that can be traded anyway. So there's always different ways to make money. Also here with these treasury companies, if they're going to be crashing, there's going to be some opportunity in that here as well. So anyway, with that, I'm going to be ending here this video. Again, make sure to subscribe, guys. If you just go here to my channel here, just subscribe right over here. There's going to be a subscribe button somewhere. If you're new, subscribe, press the like button as well here on my video. And of course, I will see you guys here in my next video. Bye-bye.